Hello out there, welcome to this tutorial on Microsoft Excel. In this video, we'll be looking at cell reference and the three types of cell reference. So we go. Here is the file we are going to be using in this tutorial. We have three types of cell reference. We have relative reference, absolute reference, and mixed reference. So we then start with relative reference. Here in this table, we are meant to calculate the total sales for the 3 months, which is January, February, and March. So we all know we are going to make use of the sum function. So we can easily click the auto sum here. Okay, then we hit enter. So it has given us the sum of the sales from January to March. If you look at this, the cell reference we have here is from C5 to E5. This type of cell reference now is called relative reference. Let's copy it to the next cell by means of autofill. I copied it here. You can see it has changed in relation to the new position of the cell. You can see now it's now C6 to E6. If you copy this again to the next cell, it also changes with respect to the new position. If you continue in that manner, it changes with respect to the new position. So this type of cell reference that changes with respect to the new location is called relative reference. Then we go to absolute reference. By absolute reference, there is need for us to attach $sign to the self-reference of the relative reference. So first, we want to calculate the grand total for the 3 months. We click on auto sum. That's 1,118,000. This is what we are going to be using to calculate the percentage sales for each item. So what we are saying here now is that if you click on this, press equal to the total sales, divide by the grand total, then we have this. We convert it to percentage by clicking the percentage symbol in the number group of the home tab. So we click percentage, it gives us 22%. Now, let's autofill and see. Can you see? Can you see what we have there? It's giving us error because if you double click now, you see now that it has changed in relation with the new position. But by implication, we don't want it to change. We don't want it to change. Therefore, there is need for us to make one particular one to be static, not to be changing. We are going to change it to absolute reference. By absolute reference, it will not be changing. It remains static. It will remain the same wherever it is copied to. So we double click on that. We attach $sign, which means we can do that one manually by shift and press 4. That is attaching $sign to the column, shift for attach $sign to the row. So we have made this absolute reference. The other way to do this is to highlight the F10 and press F4. It automatically assigned the $sign to the cell reference you have highlighted. If you press F4 again, it changes it to mixed reference. So with this, it is telling us that it is going to be changing the columns, but make the row number to be fixed. So you can see now that the $sign is only attached to the row number, not attached to the column number. It is going to be changing the columns, but not changing the row numbers. If you press F4 again, it changes it to another form of mixed reference where the column will be fixed, but the row will be changing. Because with this, it is only the column letter that is assigned the dollar sign. If you press it again, it takes you to relative reference, but we are looking for absolute reference. So we then autofill to other cells, and you will see now that it is maintaining the F10 because it has been assigned dollar sign, making it absolute reference. So that is that for absolute reference. We then go to mixed reference. We have explained so far that it is either you fix the column where the rows will be changing, or you fix the rows and the columns will be changing. That is what we are going to be applying in this monthly percentage sales. Here, to calculate the monthly percentage sale, it is going to be equal to the total sales in January divide by the total sales for the bread in the 3 months. So you hit the enter to give us our value. You change it to percentage by clicking the percent style or button on the number group. Now let's look at it. If you autofill it to the right, you discover that let me expand, double click. You can see now that it's giving us entirely different value. It has moved to the other side. This is a relative reference, but we have to maintain a particular standard where the one of February will be divided by the total, the one of March will be divided by the total and convert it to percent. So on that note, we are going to make this F5 absolute reference by attaching dollar sign. I click, then I autofill horizontally. We have it here. Because with this now, you're going to have 100%. Let's sum it up and see. Can you see we have 100% there? Now, we need to autofill it to the other cells. If you autofill it to the other cells, will it give us the same 100%? You can see it's not giving us the same 100%. And if you click on this, you discover that it has taken the total of bread for the total of butter instead of the total for butter. Okay, so there is then need for us to keep this changing while this will also be changing. While this is changing, this will also be changing. But then let's look at it. So that the column will be changing and the row will be fixed. And let's see if we are going to get our result to horizontally. No, you can see that it is not going to work. So again, we now remove the dollar sign from the row and attach dollar sign to the column and see if it will give us horizontally first. It has given us horizontally. Let us now apply it to other cells. You can see now that they are giving us the 100% that it is required. Okay, let's autofill it. So they are all correct. So we have seen now that we have made the column because everything is column. The column is fixed and the rows keep changing. So you can see now the dollar sign is attached to the column letter while the row number is left to be changing in relation to wherever cells it is copied to. If you look at this now, look at it here. Can you see that? The total of butter is given to butter. Okay. And even if you look at this, the total of butter is also given to butter in February. The same thing here. If you come to even the last one, you discover that the total for sugar is maintained. With this, you would have gotten the clear explanation of mixed reference. And at the end of the day, we've gotten the explanation and the usage of relative reference, absolute reference, and mixed reference. And this is where we are ending this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. Also check the description section of this video on our YouTube channel to get the whole package for our Microsoft Excel tutorials. Until we come your way again, goodbye.